The second aspect of Krishna, what it shows is that even though Kaliya considered Krishna his enemy, even though Hiranyaksha considered Varahadev his enemy, Krishna still chose to bestow his kripa upon them. So this shows a quality of Krishna, which Krishna himself describes about himself in the 29th chapter of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in the 29th verse of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Na me dveshyosti na cha priyaha. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyosti na cha priyaha. Krishna says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu. I am equal to all living entities. Na me dveshyosti na priyaha. I don't consider anyone my enemy, nor do I consider anyone very dear to me. So then the question arises, that means, what is the use of becoming devotee of Krishna? Let us also become enemy of Krishna, like Hiranyaksha or Kaliya. Then Krishna clarifies in the next line of that verse. Krishna says, Ye tu bhajante mam bhaktya. But those who render devotional service to me with love, for them, mai te teshu chapyaham. I am a dear friend to them. They are also my friend, and they are always in me. Meaning, they are constantly in Krishna's heart. Krishna is always remembering them. Although Krishna is equal to everyone, still, to his devotees, Krishna is more friendly. So how do we understand when Krishna says that Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, and at the same time Krishna is saying, Ye tu bhajante mam bhaktya, mai te teshu chapyam. How do we understand this? This, in a very simple way, if you have to understand, a man may be equal to all children. There may be so many children, like a teacher, let us say a teacher in a school. In the classroom, whoever children are there, he sees them equally. He teaches them whatever he knows in the same way to everyone. He doesn't choose one student, take him aside, I'll teach you something separately. To another student, he does not teach what he taught. He doesn't do that. He makes all of them sit in the same classroom and teaches all of them equally. At the same time, when he goes home to his children, he pays special attention to them. You cannot find fault with him for doing that. After all, they are his children. It is natural that he will feel more affection towards them, although he is equal to all the children. In a similar way, Krishna is equal to every living entity. Still, to those who render devotion service to Krishna, Krishna exhibits special love for them. So another way to understand how Krishna is still equal to everyone, although showing special love and affection for his devotees, is that if, suppose today somebody is acting inimically towards Krishna, somebody is very antagonistic towards Krishna, somebody is very insulting and offending towards Krishna. Tomorrow, if that same person gives up his anti-Krishna posture and he surrenders unto Krishna and says, Krishna, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. I want to become your devotee. What will Krishna do? Krishna will immediately forgive him, and he will give him the same kind of love he is giving to all his devotees. Krishna at that time will not say, now you are coming, na? All these days when I was calling you, you are showing so much enmity towards me. Now I will show you, come. Will Krishna say that? No. Krishna says, oh, you are coming to me? Wonderful. Forget all the past. Come, become my devotee. Come back to my abode. Come back to Goloka Vrindavan. Be with me and join the group of all the other Gopas. Krishna gives exactly the same status. Just like we discussed yesterday, how Krishna gave Putana the position of a nurse in Goloka Vrindavan as an assistant to Yashoda Maiya. So Krishna did not consider that Putana, after he killed her, now I will show you. You did this to me, na? You came to give me poison, I will show you. No. Krishna took her back to Goloka. That shows how Name Dveshyosti na Priya Samoham Sarvabhuteshu. Krishna is actually walking the talk. He is saying he is equal to everyone, and by his acts also Krishna is demonstrating how he is equal to everyone. Krishna is equal to everyone and Krishna loves everyone. Now, but at the present moment, we are not ready to receive Krishna's love. So Krishna is waiting. When will you become ready? when will you come and approach me lovingly? Then I will shower all my love upon you too. Prabhupada gave another example to understand this. Now the moonshine, the moon will distributes its rays equally everywhere. The moon does not discriminate in whose courtyard its moonshine is falling. Oh, this person is a very pious man, he is a very religious man, he is always worshipping me. So in his courtyard, I will shine very brightly. And this man, he is a very adharmic man, he is an atheistic man. So in his courtyard, no moonshine. Do we find any such thing? No. The moonshine is there equally on everyone's courtyard. Whether the person is a crooked person or a wicked person or is a good person, it doesn't matter. He is a virtuous man, doesn't matter. Everywhere the moonshine is distributed equally. Now, if the crooked man, he goes inside the room, shuts all his windows, all his doors, pulls all the curtains, makes everything pitch dark, and then he says, look at the moon, so partial. It's not coming inside my house at all. Are moon is ready to send its moonshine into your room. You open the window and door, no. The moment that person will open his windows and doors, immediately moonshine will enter. And that shows moon is impartial. We, in our perception, we have something wrong. If we shut all the doors and windows and make the room pitch dark and think that moon is being partial and not sending moonshine into my room, that means there is something wrong with my perception. It's nothing wrong with the moon. In a similar way, Krishna is ready to bestow all his love upon us. But we are not ready to receive. We have so many other plans and desires. Even though Krishna is directly saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Vraja. You give up everything else, all your other desires you give up. Just surrender unto me. I assure you, Am Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami. All your past, whatever you have done against me, I'll forget and I'll forgive. And Ma Shucha, please don't worry. I'll take care of you. See Krishna's love. Krishna is so lovingly telling, please, I'll take care, don't worry. But what do we say? No, wait. I have this duty, I have that duty. Let me finish this, let me finish that. Although you are saying that you will take care, but how do I know that you will take care? What is the guarantee? Will you sign one agreement paper with me and will you register it in the court? Then I will consider. We put so many conditions. Then Krishna says, okay, once you get ready, you tell me. I will show all my love to you. So Krishna is waiting. We have shut our doors and windows of our heart to Krishna. And therefore, we are not receiving. We are not becoming recipients of Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, even Kaliya, even Hiranyaksha is also receiving the kripa of Krishna. So all that we have to do is, we have to open up the doors of our heart and surrender with full devotion and love to Krishna, and we can rest assured that Krishna is ready to shower all his love upon us and take us back to Godhead.